morning. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Cup of Joe Canada. Hope everyone's doing good. Doing well, I should say. So, a lot to talk about today, guys. I didn't even make a list, to be honest. I'm just going to kind of wing it here and go through some things that I've been focused on throughout the week and into the weekend. Let's start with France. All right. Recently there was a case, the federal courts in France struck down a transgender woman's attempt to be declared the biological mother of her baby because she's the biological father of her baby. Now, how does that work? Okay, let me explain. Without getting too much into, again, the opinions and moralities of whatever it is, let's talk about the legalities. In 2011, a French citizen who was born male and identifies as female went to court to have herself recognized as such, and the court agreed and recognized this individual as a female in 2011. In 2014, as a female, having not had any operations or gone through any transition, and married to another female, born biological female, this individual impregnated her wife, thus making the two of them the biological parents of a baby. That's the crux of the now appeal, or the complaint is, I was recognized by the country as a female, I'm biologically the parent of this baby, I should not be known as the biological father, I should be the biological mother, is the case that the transgender woman is making and her lawyers. Federal court said no, presumably because biologically, mom and dad has nothing to do with gender, right? It has to do with seed and egg. You are biologically the seed. There's no way around that. Even if you call yourself the mother, which is the next part of the thing that I don't understand. You can call yourself whatever you want, right? Who cares if the government recognizes you as biologically? So, like, this is getting into fishy territory, right? Anyway, I don't want to go too deep into the weeds, but the lawyers say they will appeal. They're going to take it to the European court and see if they can't get this person to be named the biological mother of their baby. Let's move over to America. What's going on in America? Democrats are a mess still, right? They're a total mess. Joe Biden apparently has Despacito on his phone and feels that playing that for Latin Americans is like a big win. So he did that. People got a little cheesed. Some people had some fun with making memes and stuff like that. The president retweeted a meme. Kamala Harris apparently opening up the wardrobe. She also has Timberlands. She does not just have the Chucks. She also has the Timberlands. So apparently that's a narrative we're going with. As far as the Democratic Party themselves, it seems like they've got a handle on everything, guys. I mean, look, for what it's worth, I know the unemployment is a problem, and I know the coronavirus is killing Americans, and I know that you've got trade issues, and I know that China is an issue with human rights, and I know that you've got the stuff going on in the Middle East, and there's Russiagate, and I know that there was the impeachment for Ukraine. But even with all of that going on, they found time to pass legislation for a non-binding, mostly symbolic resolution to denounce anti-Asian discrimination in all its forms. So the country should get better very, very soon with that in place. Republicans obviously were like, this is overboard. Truth of the matter is they did it so that Donald Trump will stop saying China virus. They want him to stop saying China virus. They think that, putting the blame on China is good for him and bad for them. And, they did this. Why it's anti-Asian discrimination of any kind. So who defines it? And why stop at Asian? Why not all discrimination? Just don't discriminate against anyone for the way they look or the color of their skin. No, they didn't pass that one. So here we are. This is what Democrats are doing to win the 2020 election. That's their game plan. Family gossip, tell-all books, and wardrobes. That's it. Speaking of which, someone tried to kill the president. Did you hear about this? Someone tried to poison Donald Trump. Now, The interesting thing, well, it's all interesting, but I mean, the most interesting thing is they think it's a woman in Canada may have sent a letter. Now, what I want to know is, are we going to talk at all about the climate that led to this and the emboldening of people or the excessive amount of division and hate surrounding that individual that we're putting in the media? Or is this got nothing to do with any narratives or any tone or any political discourse? That's only when things happen the other way, right? I don't know. We'll see what happens. But the truth is, and I was actually going to talk about this before I even knew that the president had an attempt on his life. Start with CTV. Like, why does CTV print or repost or publish so much CNN nonsense? Like, it's, Associated Press, CNN. Why so much CNN? I saw an article on CTV from CNN telling me about the lack of confidence in Denmark, Germany, Switzerland, the UK, France, and Canada in Donald Trump. How do you feel about Donald Trump? Are you confident Donald Trump will do the right thing? Yeah, it's terrible, for the record. The news they get in Europe about Donald Trump and the way people feel about Donald Trump, I don't care at all. I don't care how Canadians feel, but it seems to me we're very intent on saying, no, Canadians hate him. Canadians hate him. We hate him. Did you know Canadians hate him? Canadians don't like Donald Trump. Truth is, Canadians don't like Donald Trump. Yeah, good. I get it. I don't care. All I care about is how we feel about Justin Trudeau. That's our prime minister. But we want to talk about how we hate Donald Trump. And now someone from Canada may have tried to assassinate Donald Trump. Maybe it has something to do with us. Maybe it doesn't. I'm just saying the tone and the rhetoric and the narratives, terrible on both sides. So maybe we look at it with some fairness. What else is going on in Canada? Can we talk about Jagmeet Singh? Jagmeet Singh, okay, so we have the throne speech coming up. Government's going to lay out priorities. Jagmeet Singh has been commenting on this. Now, the problem I have with him is the same as with Andrew Horvath. Basically, you seem to be saying that I can't trust this guy. I can't trust this party. I can't trust the Liberals. They lie. They're not honest. They're manipulative. They're not transparent. Any chance he's going to vote against the budget or against the speech? Any chance he's going to vote non-confidence against the government? No, none at all. And yet he says, I can't trust him. It depends on actions. I want actions, not words. Well, the speech is words. And you're telling me you can't trust the words. You have to see the actions, which tells me that you're going to listen to the words, the carrot dangling in front of you, after telling me that you can't trust what this guy says anyway, and then you're going to vote with him, and we'll see. Maybe down the road we'll have an election. But at the end of the day, you're telling me you don't trust the guy. You can't trust the guy. Why would you vote in confidence with the guy? It doesn't make any sense at all to me. What else is going on? Cases are spiking across Canada, specifically in Ontario. We've been up over the 400 mark recently. I want to know what the hell is going on with testing. Okay, now we are getting they're going to expand the testing into pharmacies if they can. They want to increase capacity. But here's the thing, we're doing like 40,000 tests a day, right? Processing. 40,000 tests a day to come up with 400 cases. That means 39,000 people plus are getting tested. Maybe presumably they have symptoms or think they have COVID and they don't have COVID. Now we're going to ramp that up even more. We're going to test even more people. I mean, that's great, but we're still getting results 4 or 5 days later. So like when they say today, oh, we got 400 new cases. No, we had 400 new cases like on Tuesday. And we just processed the test today. And now we know that there's 400 cases, but we're 4 or 5 days behind. I don't see how this can be the case 8-9 months into this nonsense. This is what the case was in the beginning, very beginning. We were having this issue. Now we're having it again. It doesn't make any sense. Did anyone not expect cases to go up? Did anyone not expect us to have more demand for testing when kids went back to school? Did anyone expect any of that? Right? We gotta, I don't know, it seems like we gotta plan better, much, much better. We are rolling back the gathering sizes again. I don't know how you guys feel about that. To be honest, I'm not particularly concerned about rolling back gathering sizes. We have to do something because numbers are going up. And, if numbers go up, we have to react, we have to respond. Saying we're going to freeze and hold and do exactly what we're doing, it just means the numbers will continue to go up. And we can either live with that or not live with that. Which brings me to my next point, and I think I'll close on this. From the beginning of this coronavirus, we have known there is one answer, right? Like there's one way to beat coronavirus. That is, you have to have tests that are quick, and everyone has to get tested. Everyone that is sick has to be forcibly isolated for 21 to 30 days, and that has to happen everywhere on Earth. At that point, we'll beat coronavirus. Until then, it's just look for a vaccine, try to get testing, keep people as, you know, up to date in whether or not they're sick as possible. Like if you get test strips, you can test 5 times a day. You just keep testing yourself. It's the only way. Other than that, we just have a new sickness that we live with. But those are our options. This slow burn of I worry about us emotionally, mentally. I think depression is coming. I think we're gonna have a lot of problems because we're trying to pretend that you can sort of slowly snuff this out. You can't. You either go hardcore lockdown or you accept that we now have this thing circulating among us. That's my opinion, you know, but I'd love to know how you guys feel about it. Thanks for tuning in. This has been Cup of Joe Canada, Sunday morning coffee talk. Hope you enjoyed.